Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sam. I believe today's video is going up on January 1st, so Happy New Year. I hope everyone is having a great start to their 2024 so far. In today's video, we're going to be picking my TBR for January. This is going to be our first TBR of 2024, and I didn't do my jar of prompts method in December, so I'm feeling a little rusty, feeling a little nervous. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Sam. This is my monthly TBR video where I pull 6 prompts from my little jar of prompts that I created and assign books that go along with them. I know there's a lot of people who use this method on a monthly basis or just to spice up their TBRs. I was personally inspired by Rachel Catherine. I'll have her link down below. I would love to pick more than 6 books, but I read on average between, 9 to 12 books a month usually. 6 just feels like a good number that I want to pick up myself, and then I have a little bit of room for buddy reads, library holds, or something that just comes up and gets me excited. So I know that in my December TBR video, I was talking about how I might throw in like a challenge if I don't finish my TBR. But this year I really want to put less pressure on myself for finishing all of the books that I pick out. But I also want to be picking books that I'm excited about and not necessarily just picking books because of the prompt. So we'll see how this goes. I haven't picked any challenge or anything that I want to do for myself, but I'm also not going to hold myself to finishing my TBR. But I'm not going to hold myself to finishing my TBR every month. So let me know down below if you have any challenge suggestions to use like as incentive to try and get through my TBR anyway within the month. I feel like the most common one is to go on a book buying ban, but I don't buy a ton of books every month, so I feel like that wouldn't really work well for me. So let's just get into it and see where we end up. Let's give it a good mix. I'm gonna try and pick one from the bottom. Hopefully we haven't gotten it yet. With dragons, what a fun prompt. This one is gonna be super easy. I'm going to pick Aragon. I don't know who this is by. Christopher Paolini, I think. I'll have a picture of it listed somewhere up here. This is one that I really want to read. My boyfriend owns, I think, 2 books in the series from when he was younger, and every time I'm there I see it and I want to read it, so I'm gonna steal this from him and at least read the first one. I know that a new book in the series just recently came out, and I don't know, I'm very intrigued. Ever since reading Fourth Wing, I am so excited about the dragons and I want to read more books with dragons. It makes them so much more fun. So that is our first prompt. I think that's a great start. This year I'm also going to be pulling the prompts out every time I pick them so that hopefully we don't get any duplicates this year. Prompt number 2. YA. Another great one. I just filmed my 10 series that I want to read in 2024, and there's definitely a few YA books on here. So what should we go with? I have Shower Me, I have The Lunar Chronicles, I have Caraval. There's so many good series. Let's also just take a peek at what I have on my shelves. I don't have a ton of YA. I think I'm going to go with Caraval by Stephanie Garber. That's really just what's calling to me right now, and I think that'll be a fun, whimsical story to start the year with. I know that a lot of people say good things about the series, and I do. It is also only a trilogy, so I do want to try and get it read in hopes that I can read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy as well this year. Prompt number 3. Title starts with J. Do I have any titles that start with J? I have this just like running list of KU books. So I see there's In a Jam by Kate Canterbury, and I know that doesn't start with J, but that's like the best option that we have so far. It's the only thing that I've seen that has a J in the title. There's also the Jade War that just came to mind. Let me see if that's at my library. Oh, Jade City is the first book. I've heard mixed things about this book. I've heard that it's really good, but I've also heard that it's very difficult to get into and understand. Do I want to put another like first book in a series on here? Yeah, why not? So starting with J, we're gonna put Jade City by Fonda Lee. Prompt number 4. A book with a person on the cover. I could do Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I could do one of these Buffy books that I have to read. So I really wanted to reread Icebreaker before I jumped into Wildfire, and I don't know if I'll get to Icebreaker before the end of the year. Do I just put Wildfire on? Yeah, this is also really calling to me, and I do really want to honestly read both of these before it gets to be too long. And I think that a fun little summery camp romance will be welcome in the middle of January and in the middle of these sort of more hefty books. Prompt number 5. Title starts with C. Could have done Caraval for that one. So I have Chalice of the Gods, but I really want to read that before the end of the year. As I'm filming this, it's only the 19th of December. I could do The Cruel Prince, but again, that's another first book in a series. Oh, so I'm checking my list just of like Kindle Unlimited books, and I could do The Confidence of Wildflowers by Michaela Smeltzer. I've heard mixed things about that duology, but it's literally the first book on this list and has been on here for a while. I'm going to do that one. Our last prompt. Has red on the cover. I feel like that's a good one. So again, I could do Buffy the Vampire Slayer because the text is red. I could also do Angels and Demons, but you know what? The smart move, which I also could have done for the last one, possibly, is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. It's got red all over the cover. This is book 1 in the Crescent City series, and Emily and I will be buddy reading this as we're nearing the end of our rereads in preparation for the 3rd book in the series to come out at the end of January. So this is definitely my last pick for this TBR. I'm actually really excited to jump in and start our reread of this one because this was not my favorite the first time around, and I was really confused, and I just feel like there are no rules in this series. So with some knowledge and understanding going into this, I'm hoping I'll enjoy it a lot more. So this is my entire TBR. Most of this TBR is either books I'm taking from the library on Kindle or one that I'm stealing from my boyfriend. So let's go through. First, we have Aragon for a book with dragons. Then we have Caraval for a YA. We have Jade City for a book that starts with J. Wildfire for a book with people on the cover. Confidence of Wildflowers for a book that starts with C. And House of Earth and Blood for a book that has red on the cover. This is a really thick TBR This is pretty ambitious for the start of the year, but I'm really excited about all of the books on this TBR, except maybe for Jade City. I'm a little apprehensive about that one, but everything else I'm super excited about. I can't wait to jump in. I think we have like a decent mix of genres, mostly just romance and fantasy, but I think some of these all the fantasies that are on here are very different. We have an urban fantasy, one that's like more of a fairy tale fantasy, and then dragons. What more could you want? So I'm very excited about this TBR. I really hope that it goes well. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below some books that you are excited to read in January, and have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.